Emotional resilience and decision making, important things to grow a business. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the Mind Engineer community. Here, sharing tools and insight to be able to help you start having a successful business. If you haven't heard this from me before, I want to share that building a business is 80% mindset, 20% strategies, because there's so many ways to build a business, whether it is you want to build it through LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. There's so many now ways, even organic ways, meaning that you don't need to spend money in, on different ads. You can do it just by reaching out to people, posting stuff, people, talking with people, offering your help. Growing a business is not complicated. Seriously. What is complicated is dealing with the emotions that are related with the mind. So when we understand that it is the mind that's holding us back, it makes it easier to be able to adapt to the different circumstances that we're going to face with our business. So as I was saying in this presentation, right? Emotional resilience and decision making to be able to grow your business, right? Most people are like, but Tommy, I don't know. Now, should I do this? Should I do that? Should I do this? Should I do that? Many times they're lost in overwhelm, right? But overwhelm is the symptom to something deeper. Because actually, I tell people, get out there, start posting in groups. Let's start with Facebook, right? Get out there, start posting in groups. When people interact, start interacting back, talk to them, ask them questions, or even go to the members area and start adding people from the members area. It's not that difficult. You got leads there. You got millions of leads on Facebook. Okay, Tommy, look, I want to use Instagram. Okay, go on Instagram, go onto somebody's profile where the people following that guy are people that are interested in, imagine you're in personal development, you are in spirituality, you are into, fitness, eating healthy or whatever. Go into those groups that these guys have millions and start adding the people that are in that group, start following them. You can even message them. And you might say, but Tommy, out of the blue, they might not like it. They might, yeah, there you go. You see, that is not dealing with their emotion, what's going on deeper, because the truth is, yes, some people might get pissed, some people might get angry, but most are going to start talking back. And you say like, hey, how are you? How are you doing today? That's it. You're not saying, hey, buy my stuff. This is a problem. Most people want to go into that selling mode. So if we really want to build that emotional resilience to help us adapt, to start making decisions, we've got to start dealing with our emotions. So how does it make you feel when I'm saying that you got to get out there and start talking to people on Instagram? How does it make you feel when you need to go on Facebook and start talking to, 20, 30, 50 people a day, at least, right? Or go on LinkedIn, do a search and start adding those peoples and sending them messages. And people tell me, oh, Tommy, I don't want to do that. So you got two options. Whether it is your business is based on selling products or services, you got two options. Or you pay for ads, right? You run ads where you might be able to target people that, might be interested in your stuff and start following you. And then you can, of course, talk to them. And some people tell me, but Tommy, I don't have the budget right now to spend, I don't know, X amount of money per month, per day, on ads. Then you got to do it organically. Organically meaning that you got to start talking to a lot of people. The problem is people don't realize this. And look at this. When you do ads and people start following you, that is not a sale. That is not a sale. That is a potential client. They like your video. They start following you. That doesn't mean that they're going to start paying you anything. Now come to the part that you say, on Instagram, hey, Tommy, thank you for following me. What resonated the most? Imagine that you're in fitness and you're sharing, different strategies to lose weight. You're sharing, recipes on, eating healthier because you're selling some type of equipment, maybe SN or any type of, pans to help people grow their business. Sorry, to help people eat healthier. Even with the recipes, they need to cook them in a nice pan, because if they have a shitty pan, they're still eating all the garbage from the pan. So maybe you're offering really nice recipes. So imagine somebody starts following, hey, what resonated from my videos? Oh, I really enjoy these, easy recipes that you're sharing. Or I really love these simple exercises you're sharing that I can do at home, 5 minutes to help me, develop more energy, have a better tummy, abs or whatever. Oh, great. Tell me more. I know how long have you been doing fitness, or are you doing a daily routine or a weekly routine? And no, I'm not doing anything right now. I tried something for some time and it didn't work. Okay, boom, I have something interesting there, right? So look how easy it is to start a conversation and start understanding the problem of the person, be able to. So I'm showing you that it's very easy to build a business. The problem is, and listen to this, the emotional resilience. Suddenly now somebody says, oh, Tommy, why are you reaching out to me? Don't bother me. Tommy, who do you think you are? I don't know you. I just started following you, and now you reach out to me. I'm going to stop following you. I've had that last week. A woman just started really getting pissed at me, and she said, no, I'm going to stop following you. Okay, good luck. I wish you the best of their lives. Bye. If you react like that because I sent you a private message on Instagram, I don't want to work with you. I don't want to be close to you. I cannot imagine how it could be around that person in life, where she's trying to blame everybody else for her own frustrations. But that is the emotional resilience. And not just convincing yourself, oh, I don't care what people say. I don't care what people say. I don't mind what people say. That's BS. Because most people care what people say. When you say, I don't care, that is because you're trying to deny something. Oh, but Tommy, positivity, you got to try to convince yourself. No, it doesn't work like that. I'm sorry. The emotional resilience works by really, truly understanding the narrative and where it comes from. The past. Where it comes from is not just denial. A lot of people fall into this denial. I'm sorry, but it doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. I gotta truly understand what's going on. Okay, you know what? I'm not taking actions, Tommy. This is what I get very often, right? I'm not taking actions. I'm overwhelmed. I don't know how to organize myself. I don't know how to prioritize. Sorry, but seriously, those are just excuses. I'm not going to tell that person that, but I tell them those are the surface level problems. Those are the symptoms of something much deeper. Okay, Tommy, so what are you talking about? Let's see, what are you trying to do and not doing? Imagine somebody says, I'm not posting. Oh, I'm working on my bio. I'm working on, my Facebook, and I'm not reaching out to people. Okay, there you go. So your mind is convincing you that it's more important to have the perfect landing page, the perfect bio, the perfect book, writing your book, maybe the perfect book to get. No, that is an excuse because you don't want to reach out to people. So what I help people is to understand why they're actually not wanting to reach out to people. Most of it has to do with rejection, but it's not that just that basic, rejection. It's much deeper. It's finding the narrative, the program that is running in the back of their head that is unique for each person to be able to understand and then start the reprogramming, then start the retraining of them on the deconstructing and the constructing something different. But if we don't understand what's going on, it's going to be very difficult. So this is how I have developed emotional resilience, and I have helped thousands of people around the world do the same thing by dealing with their negative emotions. I'm so tired of listening to people teaching to deny their negatives. Oh, don't be negative, be positive, think positive. That's a load of crap, people. I'm sorry, but it's a load of crap. I believe that we're spiritual beings living a human experience, whether it is God, universe, whatever religion you want to be in. I don't care. If you want to talk about universe, I believe that universe created everything. The so-called what we decided to put positive and what we decided to call negative. Positive and negative emotions. What if they're just emotions, and we need to learn how to deal with them. Not as positive as negative, as how can I experience unconditional love, accepting and loving unconditionally, also what we call the negatives. I feel sad. Okay. Why do you feel sad? Allow yourself to feel that. With so many people that I work with, that they're stuck in their life and their business, and when we start talking about these things, they find it very difficult to start connecting with sadness, with, any type of negative emotion. They're like, no, Tommy, I want to think positive. Oh, no, I don't judge myself. And they do. But they're not even aware of it. They're not even aware of it. Why? They're not even aware of it because of their own unresolved issues and how they're so embedded in this way of treating themselves that are not aware of. So it's very difficult to be able to make decisions, be able to deal with their emotions. You know how many people I talk to that they say, no, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this. They plan their entire day, and then suddenly a challenge happens. They don't know how to deal with their emotions because, again, they kind of deny their negatives, and suddenly their entire planning goes down the drain. That has to do with developing emotional resilience, because it's going to allow you to make better decisions instead of spending hours, days, months on your website, on the book, on your Facebook cover, on your whatever. If I show you my first website, seriously, now I look back at it and it's like, oh, disgusting. Wow, right? And it's okay, because you know what? I had a website. I put a website together, and then I started reaching out to people. It didn't need to be the perfect website. People connect more with a person than their website, their bio. They're good stuff, don't get me wrong. They're important things. But the most important thing is you. That's why a lot of people hide, right? Because they don't like themselves, their self-image, and not dealing with their emotions correctly. So we need to start, first of all, embracing the negatives. That is going to start allowing us to develop emotional resilience, that in turn is going to allow us to make better decisions with your business. So if you're struggling with your business, it has nothing to do with the tactics. I just explained a very basic tactic that I teach to people and that I have implemented in 6 years now. For 6 years, I've been doing this tactic, and I have a business that makes money. And the people that really apply this, put it into practice, they have a business that makes money. But it's like everybody's looking for the next script, the next, messenger, messages, tactic that I can use to close people in Messenger. Find the perfect VSL, video webinar to close people on the webinar. The best blah, blah, blah. The best script that I can use for my webinar, for my videos. That's not authentic. You're not being you. That's why people are not buying from you, because they sense that there is something inauthentic. Or you're a psycho where you can convince yourself of, fake it till you make it, but really convince yourself. But if not, your body language is going to speak for you. That's why so many coaches, 80 to 90% of coaches, are barely making any money with their business, because they're not actually dealing with what's happening inside of them. If we don't start dealing with what's happening inside of us, it's going to make it very difficult to have a business. Thank you for watching. Let me know in the chat what you think about this. If you think that I'm totally wrong, I'm open to discussion. I love what I do. I have my studies. I've been an entrepreneur for 28 years and a mindset coach for 16 years, studying behavior over and over again and seeing this over and over again in most coaches. So I hope that makes sense. Let me know what you think. If you're watching this on social media, you want to start following for more, to learn more how to truly work on what is necessary to build a successful business, follow me. Thank you very much. Have a great day. Bye, everyone.